Annually, billions of dollars are wasted in therapeutic and biotech research in the aim of commercializing and launching new products. Approximately $170 billion annually is wasted in biomedical research due to inefficiencies such as flawed study designs, incomplete reporting, and unpublished studies. In the broader software engineering sector, the cost of poor software engineering quality in the US alone has grown to over $2.41 trillion. Roughly 85% of biomedical research investment is wasted, amounting to $170 billion out of a $200 billion annually. And this is reputable sources, as you can see. High failure rates. The drug discovery process has a high failure rate exceeding 96%. And then operational inefficiencies. Poor software quality, technical debt. Now let's dive deeper into a use case scenario of a more recent organization that failed to successfully launch commercially.
This is a great opportunity for us to just chat briefly about the Pair-Novartis collaboration.
Yeah.
And specifically the products that we've been developing with the Novartis Institute of Biomedical Research and then also commercializing with Sandoz.
Congratulations, by the way, for the launch of Reset-O as well. With the news coming up, we are hugely excited by that. And I think society should really be as well when you look at the implication it could have. So great way to start the new year as well.
Absolutely. No, I think it's been a really exciting end to 2018, and we're really quite excited and poised to be able to bring Reset and Reset-O to a very large patient population, specifically with substance use disorder and opiate use disorder. So I think that's quite exciting.
You bet. I think 2019 is the year for us to go and make that happen as well. It's like, to us, we think as well, when I started actually at this event almost officially a year ago, and making a dent somewhere in digital therapeutics was clearly a priority for us. We're looking at who is really the best partner among all the ones that are popping up that could give it the most credibility, that is more serious about it, with the FDA approval that you got as well, the professionalism that you brought about it, the patient experience as well, the HCP experience now building up quite nicely as well.
Fortunately,
so I couldn't be more proud that effectively we did this collaboration.
Most biomedical labs today are not reproducible. As we saw earlier, billions of dollars are wasted annually because of operational inefficiencies. Let's slow this down. Here's the actual problem in biotech and biomedical research. Experiments live in notebooks. Methods are not standardized. Results are hard to reproduce. Translation production fails. Every lab is basically a custom environment. There are rarely any standard execution, and there are no shared systems. In software, I've solved this, and we've solved this with APIs, versioning, observability. However, in science and biomedical research, it seems like we haven't. Scientific methods should behave like software. You don't run an experiment, you call a method. Instead of running this assay manually, you should execute this method version 1.2.0 with this dataset X. That's a completely different world than 2019 or 2020. This is the system that I engineer and build to demonstrate that idea. The life cycle should be from prototype, validation, and production, as we saw earlier. The prototype is the research, the validation is the scientific proof, and the production is the reusable and scalable system. Most companies never make it here to production, as we can see and as we saw earlier. Hundreds of billions of dollars are wasted annually. Now, from agentic systems, this is where it gets very interesting. This is not just a platform. This is the foundation of an agentic lab. The future systems is where the agent chooses the experiment, for instance, executes the method, evaluates the results, and then decides the next step. That's the autonomous agent workflow here. As you can see, the govern tool would call the traceable request path. I've already walked through the API layers and the stable contracts which are needed from a schema validation check, the model serving, the version runtime, and then most importantly, the method execution. And this is the human-guided workflow from a scientist which validates this dataset input. Execution contract is arguably the most important part. Requesting the specific API load, this right here, is what enables the AI agents to execute our scientific and medical research. The method version, the data set, and the output contract. As I've demonstrated, as you can see, this is how an AI agent knows what to do. As you can see with the sample API payload, this is arguably the most important part. The JSON. We have the request ID, the method version, the dataset reference, parameters, the mode, whether or not it's been validated, the threshold, the explanation, the output contract, the format, include the trace, include the artifacts. This is how the AI agent knows what to do. The human versus agent workflow, this is where it gets interesting. The humans and the scientists are in control and are interpreting the data. The agent is the one that's executing and scaling for us. So the problem is, as we can see and as I've demonstrated, the scientific users need a direct workflow that does not require platform expertise to obtain reliable results. The artifacts are going to be the run summary, the export packages, and the result explanation, as well as the metadata snapshot. Solution is a lightweight interface that supports the data set and selection, parameters controls, the result reviews, and the artifacts export. And from the operational signals, you're able to shorter time to result, higher reusability, and a clear audit trail. What comes next? Here's what I'm going to be deploying and building next. Real data sets integration, the live API execution, the agent orchestration, tool registry, and then the closed loop experimentation. At that point, this becomes a real autonomous system. Now, why does this matter? Well, this matters because we're helping reduce the cost of billions of dollars that are wasted annually, which we highlighted earlier. Time to drug discovery decreases, reproducibility increases, cost decreases, and scale increases. If you want to follow this build or collaborate, or you're working on something similar, just reach out.